Bambu Labs has recalled the A1. Even if your printer doesn't have a problem, they want you to stop using it. I'm happy about this, and you should be too. Here's why. By now, most of you should know that Bambu has recalled their newest printer, the A1. And for those that don't know, I'll explain more details about the recall towards the end of the video. Understandably, many Bambu A1 owners are frustrated and perhaps even angry. Undoubtedly, this was the very first printer for many of you, and I'd be willing to bet there's a certain amount of buyer's remorse going around. All of that is expected and reasonable. That being said, I think some people might be looking at things in the wrong way. While still a minority, I have seen a few people express regret trusting such a new company. I have seen people scoff that somebody purchased the A1 instead of their brand of choice. And I have seen a few people express happiness about not purchasing the A1 when they were on the fence about it. In my opinion, this is the wrong way to be thinking about the situation. Every good tech company will eventually have, or should have, a recall. What is really strange is, in the world of 3D printing, there have been very few recalls. That's not to say there shouldn't have been more recalls. Rather, the companies in question decided not to issue a recall. I recall one issue in particular where a certain defect was causing multiple electrical fires. Instead of issuing a recall, the company in question decided to issue a statement. Do not leave your printer unattended. I have read several reports, and at the time of recording, Bambu believes that less than 1% of all A1 printers are affected by this issue. I have read another report that states less than 0.1%. Or, to put it another way, 1 in 1,000 machines may have this potentially dangerous problem. Many manufacturers may have chosen to ignore such a seemingly small problem, or only given the problem attention when it became much worse. But when Bambu started hearing about problems, they got to work on it. Even when they thought they had the solution, which was a cable strain relief, they continued to investigate. And this led them to find the real problem and to make the difficult decision to do a recall. This recall will cost Bambu Labs millions, but they made that choice. Maybe now you begin to see why I'm so happy with the situation. Not because I cannot use my printer. Rather, I'm happy that the company I chose to put my trust in stands behind their product and is looking out for its customers. I have more faith in both the company and the printers now than ever before. If you've been thinking about buying a Bambu printer, don't let this recall scare you off. If anything, this recall should be encouraging you that you're making a good investment. The P1 and X1 series machines have proven to be very reliable workhorses, and the A1 Mini has not suffered the same issues as its bigger brother here. Recalls will happen. Sometimes a recall might be because the product had a bad design. Other times it could be because the supplier failed to meet specifications on the production runs. At the end of the day, everything is either made by a human or made by something that a human made. And humans make mistakes. What matters is how a company chooses to acknowledge those mistakes. This recall is not a sign that you cannot trust a Bambu printer. Rather, it's a sign you can trust Bambu Labs. Real quick, guys, before I move on and explain the details of the recall and what you need to do, please consider leaving a like if you're finding this information helpful. If you have questions or would like to correct something I've said, please leave a comment below. And if you'd like more content like this, do consider subscribing. All right, guys, so here's what you need to know about the A1 recall. Without getting into the weeds, Bambu has announced that due to a problem with the cable that connects the main printer to the heated bed, there exists the chance of an electrical fire. Due to this safety concern, Bambu Labs has asked everyone to stop using their machines, even if your machine seems fine. Let me repeat that. Even if you don't believe your machine has a problem, they want you to stop using it. For those of you who have already received your machines, you have two options. Regardless of which option you choose, you will need to fill out a form which can be found in the post they made on their blog concerning the recall. I'll link to this post in the video description. Option 1 is to return your A1. You'll need to dismantle it, box it back up in the original box with all of its packaging. They will provide you with a return shipping label, and along with your full refund, you will receive an $80 voucher for your inconvenience. New A1s are currently expected to start shipping again in April, and you will have to wait till then if you want another. The second option is to keep the machine. For the record, this is what I have already chosen to do. In March, you should receive a new heated bed cable which you will need to install yourself. Additionally, you will receive a $120 voucher for your inconvenience. I'll put a link in the description to a video showing how this cable is replaced. Please make sure you're comfortable performing this operation before choosing the option to keep your machine. Before I sign off, guys, I'd like to take a moment and talk about where I am video-wise. I was actually working on my video, What Should You Be Printing on Your Bambu A1, when the first signs of this defect came out. I then made a slight adjustment to the video and included information on the cable strain relief. I was in the middle of editing that video when the full recall was announced. And that brought me to the decision that I should hold that video until this crisis is over. After all, in a few months, I might have a completely different recommendation for you. Plus, it'll probably help if the what should you be printing is fresh on your minds when you start printing again. I am working on several other projects which should become videos soon. I hope everyone here will take a moment to check out my shorts that I've been posting on my biggest build ever. It currently features 2 Bambu Lab printers printing non-stop for over a week on the same project. Other videos that are currently underway include a tools and tips video for those new to 3D printing, and I hope you're looking forward to these.